Hey, what's up guys? In today's video we're going to be talking about Athalia. I want to do a little bit of a guide video on her, talking about when you should pull for her, what heroes pair best with her, and basically like at what point your account would be ready to have an Athalia on it. Because if you just go and pull Athalia thinking she's going to be the answer to all your problems in like PvP and whatnot, if you don't have the right heroes to pair with her, she's not going to be that good. So yeah, we're going to talk about that, and then we're also going to show you some teams and what heroes pair best with her, all that kind of good stuff. But let's take a little look at her skills. I know most of you guys probably already know how she works, but she has three main skills that she utilizes, which is her ultimate, vengeance charge, and then her mythic skill. So her ultimate is what gives her the ability to turn into a lance when she dies, and it just reduces her attack by 35%. So it's really not that big of a deal if she dies in a fight. So as long as you have a hero that can prolong the fight and allow her lance form to do its thing, you're going to be in a good spot. And then her other skill that's very important is vengeance charge, and this only has a 7-second cooldown with an initial cooldown of 2, which is one of the things that makes it so deadly. Number one, it does a ton of damage, but also she does this multiple times in a very short amount of time, especially if she starts getting kills, because as soon as she gets an assist or a defeat, her mythic skill allows her to reset the cooldown of vengeance charge, and every other vengeance charge that she does, she'll do a second strike with it. So she can end up killing a lot of heroes, and it can be really hard to deal with. The other cool thing is she reduces target shield value by 800%. So teams that have a lot of shielding and whatnot, Athalia really doesn't care about that. She'll just ignore the shield and kill them anyway. So yeah, she's a really good hero. Now let's talk about some of the heroes that she pairs best with, and also what heroes you should probably have before you build her. So the three heroes that are her best friends are Tassy, Eigor, and Seda. Now you can build teams that use all three of these heroes plus Athalia. However, that's a little bit of overkill, because you really don't need to have 3 stall heroes on an Athalia team. You can easily manage with just one of them, especially if that one is Seda. But that's a little bit more pay to win to have Seda and Athalia on your account and have them both at a strong level for PvP. Because yeah, that takes a lot of stellar crystals, or stargazes, whatever you call them. And yeah, so having Tassy or Eigor on your account and having one of them up to your strongest level is going to be kind of like a prerequisite to pulling Athalia. Because if you pull Athalia and you have a dot damage team, but no hero to extend the fight and allow that dot damage to tick down and to allow Athalia's lance to do its thing, you're just not going to be in a good spot. So let me go to my friends list, find some teams to fight, and we'll demonstrate some of the teams that Athalia works best with and what heroes pair well with her and all that stuff. Now, we already just talked about that, but we'll show them in action. So here we have a Kalin, Niru, Shamira twin Siren team that we're going to be fighting against, and we're running Eigor, Athalia, Kalin, Bonnie, and Satrana. So a very classic Eigor Athalia team. We've got the dot damage from Bonnie and Satrana. We've got Eigor to prolong the fight with all his tombstones that he puts out, and then we have Athalia to do burst damage along with the dot damage that is just going to continuously tick down throughout the fight. And it just turns into a really deadly combination, especially if you have a enemy team that you're fighting against that's very tanky and all that kind of good stuff. Now, the only thing that we have to worry about in the slightest bit is Eigor being insta-killed by Siren. However, since Siren is usually the target that's doing the most damage at the beginning of a fight, he usually gets targeted by Athalia, and she's usually able to just one-shot him and take him out anyway. So then we're just going to have to worry about Shamira. So really shouldn't be too much of an issue about Eigor getting insta-killed. So let's go ahead and hit battle. Let's see how this fight plays out. You'll see we get our tombstones built up. We get Satrana giving everybody sparks. It's going to give us some dot damage. We should ignite everybody pretty quickly. Bonnie's dot damage is going to trigger here in a minute. And then you can see our Athalia is starting to do some of her big attacks, and she's already in lance form, which is one of the things I want to let you guys know about Athalia. Is don't worry about making her tanky or giving her extra lives. you know, any of that kind of stuff. It's not needed. And as you can see, we made short work of that team. You don't need to provide her with extra protection like from Ravion or something. Now, if you want to use Ravion to increase her attack, then go for it. But I wouldn't use Ravion with Athalia just to give her a fatal blow protection, because going into her lance form it's just not really a big deal at all. So anyway, let's go. Let's pull this team back up and let's fight with another version of an Athalia team. So we've got the same team pulled back up that we're going to be fighting against. And really quick before we do fight, I would just want to remind you guys, I do have a link to the Farlight store down in the description below and in the pinned comment. And if you use that link to make your purchases, you'll get 5% extra dragon crystals, and you'll also be supporting me in the channel. So I really appreciate it. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing so, because that really helps my channel grow a ton. And also liking, sharing, and commenting helps a ton too. It really, really does actually help a ton. So anyway, let's get into this fight. So we're going to be fighting the same team, and we're going to use a Tassy Athalia team with Theodore, Siren, and Faramore on it. And the reason we're using Faramore is to boost up our Athalia's attack a little bit more, because this enemy team is using Pact Bond spell, and they also have a Callan on their team. So that's why we're using Siren and Faramore, because Faramore, like I said, will boost up my Athalia's attack, hopefully helping us one-shot the Siren, because we have Siren on our team. That's going to shut down the use of their artifact at the start of the fight, and that's going to allow our Athalia to do more damage to their Siren, but they also have Callan offering a ton of protection, so you can't one-shot the Siren unless you give your Athalia a little bit more of an attack boost and stuff. So we're going to give this a shot, see if we can't get a win. And the reason I wanted to do Athalia Tassy is because Tassy is, out of the three heroes, the three combinations of stall teams and whatnot, the Seda Athalia, Eigor Athalia, or Tassy Athalia, I feel like Tassy Athalia is probably the weakest one. And that's mainly because Tassy has the vulnerability of being insta-killed by, number one, Siren, Odie, you know, those kinds of heroes. But also she can be insta-killed by burst heroes. So an enemy Athalia, for example, could just burst my Tassy down to 0, and then she won't revive. And that's a really scary thing to have to worry about, because if you're... and there we see our Athalia took out their Chimera. Our Tassy's going to get an ultimate now. But if a burst hero can nuke down your Tassy to nothing and she doesn't revive, it totally ruins all the synergy of your team. So let's see if we can't get a victory here and just finish off the twins, the Phantomal and the Callan. Shouldn't really be much of an issue. We just got to wait for our Athalia to kill everyone. There was a vengeance charge. Our Tassy should get a revive again here in a minute. Oh no, they got her. Oh man, and see, that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes she also doesn't have enough revives to actually stall the fight out long enough. So we're going to do this fight one more time, see if we can't pull out a victory, because there is some RNG involved when you're using Tassy, and that's why I say, another reason why I say Tassy's not the best option in this type of a situation. And I would try to use Lily May to maybe block the Siren's ultimate, but they're using a Niru, and that's going to bait my Lily May out, and then we won't be able to block the Siren's ult, and we'll just be in a lot of trouble. So yeah. Also, we could maybe try replacing Faramore with Damon and just offering our team a little bit more healing, so that when the Siren gets his ultimate off, it doesn't actually do as much damage as it normally would. So we could try that out, but let's see what happens here. Did we kill their Siren yet? I don't think we did. He actually didn't die yet. That's kind of surprising, but let's see if our Tassy and Athalia... Okay, there we finally killed the Siren, but we've got a Chimera ult out there, and that's going to be scary for our Tassy. So our Tassy did get to her own ult, and hopefully we can kill the Chimera to get rid of those ice crystals that are flying around, and that'll help us out a ton. We just need our Athalia to either get an ult or a big vengeance charge in here, and we'll probably be good to go. There we go. Alright, so we should be in a good spot now, I think. Our Tassy's going to sleep these guys, and then our Athalia should be able to finish them off. And yeah, looking good, looking good. Alright, Phantomal should go down here. Come on, Tassy, are you on your last life, or you got a revive left? Okay, she does have a revive left. I thought the same thing was going to happen, where she runs out of revives, and we don't have enough time to actually kill these heroes. And how are we not able to kill the twins yet? This is crazy. They are so tanky for some reason in this team. Jeez, my goodness. All right, come on, there we go. All right, so we finally finished it off. We got the victory. It took a lot, but yeah. Now let's go ahead and put in a Seda Athalia team and see how that does against this one. So the next team that we're going to use is a Seda Athalia team. So this is the best combination, I feel like, out of the three that I talked about, the Tassy, Eigor, or Seda. Seda and Athalia seems to be the best because, well, you can't kill Seda with insta-kill effects or burst her down or anything like that. As long as she has a heart on the battlefield, she is going to revive, and that just makes it very, very synergistic with Athalia and how she works. So we're going to continue to boost up Athalia's attack with Faramore so that we can hopefully insta-kill the Siren, at least with our first ultimate. And that's something that we're doing that probably people would see this and think, why would you not protect the Seda and allow her to do ultimates? Well, Seda's role really isn't that much in doing damage or trying to get her CC activated or anything like that. Really, I only want Seda to do ultimates so she has extra lives. However, if I take away Athalia's ultimate, her ability to do her ultimate, it's going to hinder the amount of damage she can do at the start of the fight, and we really want to kill that Siren or that Chimera as early as possible to be as effective as we can be. So we're also going to use our own Siren so we can stop the Pack Bond spell, and let's go ahead and start this fight. Alright, so hopefully our Athalia can just nuke this Siren down, or the Chimera, either one. As long as only one of them is able to get to an ultimate, we should be in a good spot. So we lost our Dunlinger, which isn't the end of the world, because now our Seda can do ultimates freely, and that was also kind of part of the plan, because I knew my Dunlinger would die sort of early, and the bell I just needed for the start of the fight to stop that Siren from doing an early ultimate and killing some of my other heroes. And as you can see, we're making pretty short work of this team, and my Seda is only Supreme Plus. We're fighting against a full P14, so yeah, having a Supreme Plus Seda could be enough in certain situations, depending on the team you're fighting against and all that kind of stuff. So those are the three most effective ways I feel like that you can use Athalia. Now you could use her on burst teams and things like that. However, burst teams tend to be really squishy, and Athalia is the squishiest of the burst heroes from my experience. So using her on a stall type team with maybe dot damage is going to be way, way, way more effective. And like I said earlier, to recap, you want to have either Tassy built, Eigor built, or Seda built before you pull Athalia, because if you just pull Athalia and you don't have at least one of those three heroes or some kind of dot damage heroes and some other tankier heroes, you're really not going to be in a good spot to use Athalia, because she's just so squishy, and when she dies, she probably won't have enough time to pick off all the heroes, because she's single target damage. She doesn't have AoE in the way that other heroes do. So now she can sometimes kill multiple heroes with her vengeance charges, but that's kind of rare and doesn't always work out. And you can also prepare for that, like your opponent can prepare for that, and keep their heroes spread out and not so grouped up and whatever. So yeah, that's I guess that's going to be the video for today. I just wanted to talk about Athalia and teams that she's good on, when you should pull for her, and all that kind of good stuff. And yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I try to answer as many as possible. Also, I got my link to the Farlight store, like I said, in the description below and in the pinned comment. And if you can, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. I really like brownness, yeah. It's yummy.